Day trading entries. A lot of people ask me, how do I find an entry? I can't find a good entry. I can't find this. I can't figure it out. Today, I'm going to break it down how to find your entry, how to find your stop loss, and all of that fun stuff in this video. It's going to be really easy, real simple. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. So get ready. Let's do it. Stay tuned. Let's go. All right. What's going on, day trading fanatics? Today, we're talking about entries. Entries are everything when it comes down to it. If you can find the best entry, you can always make money. And I want to show you guys really simple. How do I find my entries? How am I getting in? How am I getting out? And all of that fun stuff. How do I figure out where I should be buying? How do I figure out where I should be selling? And what we're going to do here is I got a stock pulled up from Friday, and we're going to pretend that like most of this chart isn't here. We'll just pretend that basically like everything over here is not really here. This stock, it breaks above $1. We start to see it on the scanners. It's breaking above $1. Right there, what do I do? Okay, it's breaking above $1. It's popping up on the scanners. All I gotta do here is just look at the overall picture. I'm gonna go to the daily chart. Okay, here's the daily chart. Now, what am I looking at? All right, I can see this stock previously bounced here off that kind of 90-cent area. All right, that's good. I can see there's previous support there at the 90 cents. I can also see that the dollar area is going to be that previous resistance. So right there at $1, we can see the stock has been held down multiple times. That dollar area has acted as resistance. And now today we broke above $1. We can also see the volume is increasing through this move. And I want to see where the next resistance is going to be. I can see $1.15. And then we're just going to call this $1.25 area. So now I can basically see where do I want to be buying, where do I want to be selling, and all of that fun stuff just by looking at the daily chart. I can also kind of zoom out here at the 5-minute chart, see where the stock has been doing the last couple days, and I can see that that dollar area has been holding it down. Now, why is it that the stock is breaking to the upside? Obviously, we're breaking above $1. So what are we getting? We're getting people who are buying above that dollar. The stock is breaking to the upside here, and we're getting some volume. We're getting some action here. So all I need to do now is just go back to the 1-minute chart. I have my support, my resistance lines, and I can now figure out my entry. Now, obviously, the first small pullback is always going to be really the best entry in terms of getting in early before everybody else really FOMOs in and it starts to become, a major chase. Now, I'm looking at this. It goes up there to $1.09. Remember, we talked about how these whole dollars normally break to the upside. When a whole dollar breaks, you get these little pops to the upside. But what I want to see is that whole dollar area turn into support. So on the bottom of this candle is a 101. So right then and there, I can see, okay, that dollar area, it's turning into support. Where am I trying to buy? I would be trying to buy on this candle here as this just bounced off that dollar area. I probably get filled, $1.02, $1.03 area, trying to get filled there. And that's what I want to see my entry, because we just broke above that dollar, that whole dollar. And now I'm looking for that whole dollar area to turn into support, which it did. So that's confirmation. So go ahead and check off the box there. We found our support, and now we found our entry. Now, where am I looking for profit? Where's my target going to be here in terms of profit? Now you can see on the chart here, the volume is increasing. On this candle here, we got 67,000 shares traded. This next candle, 93,000. And then, we broke above that previous resistance. On this next candle, we got 264,000 shares traded. Why is that happening? Why is it happening? Let's think about that. We're getting scanners. We're getting FOMO. We're getting people chasing it, people who are late to the party, who are buying as this is moving higher. We already got filled down there at the bounce off the dollar area, and I'm looking to take profit into this push up there to $1.25, $1.30, and that's exactly my plan. And that's all I needed to do to really figure out where my entry is, where my support, and all of that stuff. This is probably one of the biggest issues for people, because what they do is they see a stock breaking out like this, but they wait because they don't have the confidence to say, hey, I don't really know if there's support there or not. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at level 2, the time in sales. I'm looking at the chart, the volume, and I'm seeing, okay, this dollar area, that previous area, that was a key area that held the stock down for 2 days in a row. Now we're breaking above it, and now we're turning it into support. So there, I know there's buyers that are stepping up there on level 2. I'm seeing the action, and I can be safe buying at that dollar area, knowing that support is there. And where's my stop loss going to be? Obviously, my stop loss is going to be right there at that dollar area as well. If this doesn't hold above $1, it's probably going to pull back down there to 90 cents or lower, and it's not going to be a good sign, because I want to see this hold above that previous resistance, which is now turning into support. Anytime we get that previous resistance turning into support, it's always a really bullish sign, because people are stepping in there and buying. And that's what we want to be doing. We want to be buying when other people are starting to step up And we also kind of want to get in there on that first pullback after that first small leg. So the market open and we get this increase, pop above the dollar. So that's the first leg from here to here, first leg, small pullback. And this is the second leg. Look how the second leg here, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then finally started to pull back. So this is the second pullback. Like I said earlier, the first pullback is always going to be the best entry. You're not always going to get filled on the first pullback. What's going to happen? The second pullback, the third pullback, the fourth pullback, it's going to get to a point where the pullbacks just aren't going to get bought and the stock is going to start to head lower, which happened on this. You can see the first pullback there, the second pullback, not much of a leg there, and then starts to trend lower. But you can also see that previous resistance turn into support there at $1.15. And then again, that dollar area turned into support, bouncing off that $1.03 multiple times because people were sitting there at that whole dollar. So it's very clear and simple to see on the chart by looking at the chart where you should be buying, where you should be selling. This is not a guessing game. This is not like, ooh, maybe I'll just buy it right here. Yeah, I'll buy it right here. No. You don't want to be buying as we're going into resistance. You want to be buying on those support bounces or the breaks above that resistance and then turning that resistance into support. So resistance turning into support is bullish, and that's where we want to be buying at. We want to be buying those resistance breaks turning into support because obviously that means that it's bullish. The stock is moving higher. The volume is increasing. People are buying and it's moving higher. It's really important to focus on your entries because when you get a good entry, you're able to hold the stock longer. You're able to really get into the trade with a better outlook, a better idea. A lot of times, even if I get a good entry and it pulls back on me and I get out, it's much easier to cut it off because I can tell myself I had a plan. This is what we're doing. Now, if I have FOMO and I'm just randomly buying a stock, I really don't have a plan, it's much harder to cut off my loser. So if I'm buying here at $1.30 and I'm telling myself, oh, this thing's going to the moon, it's going to the moon, I don't know what I'm going to do here, I don't have a plan. If it starts to crash, if it starts to go down, I'm just like, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to hold it because I really don't have a plan. And that's what it comes down to. Going into every single trade, knowing where's your stop at, knowing where's your profit target, where is the support, where should you take profit, and all that fun stuff. Having that plan ahead of time. If you have that plan, you're going to be much more consistent. It's going to be a lot easier for you to make money day trading, knowing what you're doing before you get into the trade. Also, once you're in the trade, you start to get those emotions. You're in the trade, the money, it's all real, it's happening. But it's easier to really analyze and have a better plan before you get into the trade, because once you're in the trade, that emotion takes over. But at least if you're able to identify those key areas before you're in the trade, you're able to really analyze and see what's going on. So even if the stock does pull back, you can tell yourself, hey, the trend is holding, I got a good entry, the support is there, everything is lining up, it's looking good, and the overall trend is holding. I'm doing okay. I can have that confirmation, I can trade the trend and make some money. And that's really what it comes down to here. Looking for opportunities, but also being able to identify opportunities and knowing, what your plan is going to be before going into the trade. Not as crazy as a lot of people make it sound. Obviously, there's a lot more to it when it's actually happening, when you're in the moment. But at the end of the day, the best thing you can do is identifying support, identifying resistance, and then trading off of that and having a game plan before you get into the trade. There it is, how I find my entries, how I find my profit targets, and all that fun stuff. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys later on.